Hello, welcome to the program. This is Dr. Bradley. With me here, I'm with my twin brother today, and we have a lot to talk about business ideas, all that kind of stuff, and what you can do during a difficult moment. Brian, his name is Brian, by the way. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, thank you. It's one of those beautiful moments where I get to come online with my brother. It's something that we've never done before. We're doing it for the first time. Thank you. Welcome, viewers.
And thank you, Brian, for coming to this show today. You know, we've never done this before, but I asked him, I said, I need you on the show. People need to see you. They need to know that we're twins, and it's important to identify yourselves to the public. Yep. Brian here, he's a doctor as well, with a PhD degree, and he's a businessman, a successful businessman. He's running an institution, several companies. At this moment, I want to talk about one, which is Mulungushi. He's got a lot of programs, he's training people, a lot of stuff like that. And on top of that, he's a man of God, he's a prophet with a huge following. He's doing very great. What can you tell us about Mulungushi?
Mulungushi Central Ndola campus is not Mulungushi University. It's Mulungushi Central Ndola campus. It's a college of health and sciences. What we have at Mulungushi, it's a center of excellency where we're training Zambians. We're training Zambians with diploma, degree, and master's programs at Mulungushi, and it's an open space for everyone. And what is there is, in our training, we've tried by all means to put across what we call the onset, distance flexible learning, and that is a place where working mothers, breastfeeding mothers, and everyone around the globe has the advantage to study. And you don't have really to come to the campus. Of course, it's a vicinity. It's a facility that can accommodate everyone, but we also have space for thousands that are not able to come to the campus
To study on
distance online. We have a very beautiful platform at www.mulungojitowncampus.com where you can register yourself and be able to study online. It's an amazing platform.
Wow, great. I've been there myself. It's amazing. I took my camera crew and we went there, we're checking around. It's a beautiful place to be, If you're a parent there, you got kids, I think you need to find a platform like that to raise them, to train them. Okay, with all that said, we want to dive into business itself. You understand that business is all about making profit and selling a product and making profit. And without that kind of a structure whereby you're going to sell a product and make profit, there is no business, and therefore there is no miracle money. There should be something that you should be doing. Now, this is a message to a lot of youths today. I want us to learn what we're going to talk about, how to be active as a youth, how to be productive, how to make money the right way. There's always a right way. Doctor, tell us, tell the viewers out there the possibilities of making money through faith. I'm going to start with one point you raised. You said there is no miracle money. I would like to say there is miracle money, and the miracle money that you have are your greatest ideas, and that begins with your imaginations. Exactly. Greatest ideas are your miracle money.
Are your honest miracle money?
Your honest miracle money.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Your imaginations. And when we talk about the question you asked me to talk about faith out in business. Faith is different from believing someone who's sick and you get healed. In business, faith is the audacity to start something. I have a word in my business that I apply. It's called start. Start.
Oh, sounds great. Start, like begin.
Start. So a lot of people have a lot of ideas, and most of them have died with those ideas.
Exactly.
They were not brought to reality because they were procrastinating. They had hope.
They were hoping to do it later on.
I would do it.
Not now.
I would do it. And they believe in writing down their hopes, writing down their dreams, putting down on a paper.
And not put them to work.
Not putting them to work. So in business, there's this word start. When are you starting? It ought to start immediately. And business attributes don't need capital. We're talking about faith here.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Don't need capital.
Don't need capital. I remember talking about this doctor about starting a business doesn't need capital. I said, if you want to start, You don't have to start with thinking of money.
Exactly.
You are the capital, you're a resource yourself. Look around you. Resources are everywhere. You don't need the money. You don't need the amount of money to start. You might need money after you've started. Is that correct? Huh?
The first investment begins with you.
The first investment.
And the capital injection for that business is you yourself.
You're the capital.
You're the capital. You motivate yourself. If you are opening up a business, you are the first cleaner. You are the first banker. You are the first secretary. You are the first manager.
Amazing. Amazing. Wow, I love that part. If you're opening up a business, you are the first banker. You are the first manager. You are the first every secretary, you know. You are everything from the word go. You are the capacity builder of your business. You are the start of your business. So if you're watching right now, I want to remind you of the words you already heard from Dr. Brian here when he said to say, start. One of his philosophy and business is a simple word, which is start. There must be some starting somehow in your business. There must be some starting. No one is going to fund a business they have not seen. A lot of companies, of course, they might fund a projection, but it's rare that people just fund an idea. The idea must start with the owner. You see that? And when you begin that idea, even an investor himself, as he comes to your business, he's investing money in an existing company. Exactly. You see that? Because it was started. I love that word, Dr. But start. I want us to reveal secrets, mysteries to a lot of people. Growing up, you and I, we've gone through so much circumstance and problems growing up. We've always been consistent in doing great in business and believing in ourselves. What can you tell someone watching us right now who's going through the same things we went through?
Sometimes I'd say the world might surround you with so many impossibilities. So many impossibilities. Hunting for jobs is one of the things I would bring out. Job hunting is quite difficult. It's a challenge. And we're also looking into the diversion. A lot of people believe in capital. I need capital for business. Presidents, they know how to pray. They know how to believe. They know how to trust God. Great leaders need to trust God.
Trust God.
Yes, you trust God. You know, and a lot of people talk about the fear of failing. Honestly speaking, I have never failed because I do not know what it is to fail. Amazing. I don't even have a crowd that would follow me and wonder why I failed.
Yeah.
Because what you might call failure, I will call it success. Because you can't judge me.
That's amazing. I love that point. I love that part. And that's one of the amazing things about us while growing up, that we never just acknowledged failure. You know, people say, it's okay to fail. It's okay. Yeah. But you see, most people, what they called failure,
It's actually success.
It's a success because it's a step forward. It's not a step backward. No, there's difference. You have to look at things differently.
And the definition of failure is not something collapsing.
Exactly.
When something has collapsed, it could be because you are about to develop something new.
Amazing. Wow.
Exactly.
That's amazing. When I'll say that again.
When something has collapsed, it could be you are developing something new because you were just restarting. So you are disorganizing. You're destroying everything.
You can organize everything.
You can reorganize, re-strategize.
Amazing. It's like a seed. That's the same principle of seed, doctor. That when you plant a seed, okay, it has to die first for it to germinate, for it to grow. Otherwise, there will be no growth without death. So it has to die first. So if something has collapsed in your life, your relationship is broken right now.
Something new is coming.
Something new, it's obvious. I mean, come on, it's obvious.
That's a good start.
It's a good start. That if you broke something else, you will start growing. Oh, something else is gonna go up. Exactly. Something like that. You're gonna grow something else, something from what has been destroyed. I heard a man that was this company that they were brokers of some sort, like brokers of forex trading, and they lost a lot of money. And this guy lost millions in a day. So he goes to his boss to say, I'm sorry. And the boss screamed and said, stop, don't say that. He said, why? I came to apologize. Don't apologize. He says, this generation has a problem. When you break something, you build something. Don't apologize.
Exactly.
You see? So whenever something is broken, it's because something great is about to start.
So you posed out a question on our growing. How has it been? And
Our growing up.
how has it been? And looking at the challenges we faced. A lot of people, I want to talk about what people might call failure. One of them is you can discourage yourself. Yourself are that person that maybe you have a project and you believe in, I need to board, I need to board a bus to my point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
A good businessman who uses legs, who uses vehicle, his two legs to get to that place and get back. You really don't have to board. It doesn't matter how far. You don't
be committed.
You have to be committed. You don't need transport. You get up early, as early as 4 or 5, and you get to that place. You return back early when you're done. You're at it like that throughout.
Amazing.
You don't have to accept defeat. No, the reason why, I remember recently, somebody applied. She was working for Indothambi Bank, and I think they terminated the contract. So she applied to us and for work.
Oh, great.
At Mulungushi. So we called her for interviews. She was supposed to report around 8:15. She reported at 10, and the excuse she gave was that she didn't have transport.
She knew that she was going to a certain place. There's a difference.
For interviews, she said the reason why she didn't come on time is because she was... Actually, I called her, why you late? Not that she was at the campus. I called her, why you late? And she said because she had no transport. So now look at that. Let's talk about Zambians a little bit. Zambians are full of excuses, and they are good at that.
Wow.
They're good at that.
Wow.
I know that I'm not happy with Zambians, but they are good at showing up with the reason why. That's terrible. You hear that part? Showing up, but with the reason why you came late. I mean, that's wrong. You don't always have an excuse to something. Develop an attitude that doesn't agree with excuses. I don't think it's right, doctor, that people would always try and come up with an excuse that when I get there, when they ask me why you're late, I'm going to say this. I mean, what kind of quality are you developing for yourself? You see, if you're supposed to be there at 10, be there at 10. If it's 9, be there at 9.
Exactly.
Exact punctuality shows commitment, shows also how serious you are. The quality of your personality is embedded in the same, because that's your attitude, that's your character towards whatever that you're going to do. If they hire you, they'll base hiring you because of your availability at that company at the right time. Thank you for that. Yeah, I would like to point out opportunities. In Zambia, the economy all over the world is really bad. I want to talk all over the world.
Everybody's crying, complaining.
Exactly. And I'm looking at that sister, that brother, that we're not coming on this show with my twin brother showcase that we're twins, and we're just babbling about business. I want to talk about that sister or that brother, that gentleman that is doing nothing, literally nothing, and you're just in your house, and you've got so many worries, and you're troubled. You're so much troubled, and now you don't know what to do next. In the space of time, you just found us on the screen and we're talking to you. In that moment, a lot of people will run away from you, especially when you're not doing anything, when nothing is moving in your life. Everybody will run away from you. I think I've heard, and I've seen people that sleep. They've thought through things and they've got no way out, and they just go to bed. Their minds go to bed. Their minds go to bed, and them too go to bed. And they sleep. You call them, what are you doing? I'm sleeping.
They feel there's no way out.
There's no way out.
Tired.
Some of them are still, what can I call it, children.
Children.
They may add size,
Body and
have
size,
beard,
but still
beards,
young.
body and size, but they're still children. Maybe because they just never had someone to penetrate into their hearts and talk to them enough,
I see.
so they can learn how to get up and do something for themselves. And now they're downtrodden and they feel lost,
Mentally unstable.
mentally unstable, and they just don't know what to do next.
That's a sad part. It's a sad part.
It is a sad part. If you are in that situation, you will be a victim of if you possess a phone, if you got a phone, your life, because you didn't plan for your life life will plan for you.
Exactly. Things will come in by themselves.
Exactly. They'll just pop up. They'll just pop up. This text message, the girlfriend this, boyfriend that, family this, and then you'll be a victim of that.
Things that you actually don't need
Things you don't need, things you didn't plan.
will come into your life.
Come into your life. Things that probably you will lose because you're not even working. You're doing nothing about
Exactly,
yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the best way to begin from there is to have a name. Who are you?
Identity.
Identity. Who are you?
Exactly.
What are you called? Do you have a business idea? What's your next move? It all begins with having the right mindset, a mental fixed attitude towards
fixed attitude towards a certain goal.
Exactly. And I would say this will begin with praying. Why praying? Is because it's some kind of a
Concentration.
exactly that will give you some kind of focus
Concentration on one particular
on
goal.
one, exactly. So
The doctor mentioned a few things about a youth or young man or an old man who's sitting at home. You got no job, you're just staying home. You tried many times and you feel like nothing was changing. And now because you've been fighting, so you've stopped fighting. You just want to live your life the way it's coming. Now he mentioned the point to say, if you're not going to plan to come out, life will plan for you to keep staying in the same position.
exactly.
And that's not very nice. You see, the other part he mentioned is, you have to have a mental fixed attitude. Now, it's a mental attitude that needs your participation, your physical participation towards a certain goal to win or to change your circumstances or paint whatever you want to change, the colors of your life, anything in your life. Now, he mentions a point that staying in that place may not be pleasing to you. And it's possible that you can change. Now, this is exactly what I want to tell you. Where you are right now, watching us, believe in yourself. By believing in God, believing what God made. God made you because He made you your God's product. You see that? He mentioned also that leaders know how to pray. When you're faced with challenges and problems, you say one thing, prayer. See, prayer gives you focus towards this thing that you're praying for. Now, you're a focused person. You believe that there's light coming. You believe there's hope coming in your life through prayer. Because you believe in your prayer that God heard it. You see, never neglect praying. There's no leader who can ever be successful without a praying attitude. Come up with an idea. In fact, doctor, look, ideas come through praying.
Exactly.
Because when you pray, ideas will come to you.
Because ideas should always find you in a place where you can receive, download, think about something.
Amazing. See, ideas find you in a place where you can receive, download.
Because you see, I want to talk about, talking of ideas, Doc, an idea is, there are so many ideas that flip into our minds. And every time those ideas come to you, you think it's not important. There's no small business.
Nah, I love that. Yeah.
There's no small business. There's no small idea.
Nah.
It is from a small idea.
That the strategy. He says there is no idea that is too small. If you're watching right now, I'm hoping in my heart that you are inspired. There is no idea that is too small. Not at all. Not anywhere in the world. You could be in Germany right now, in the United States, downtrodden, broken, set aside and rejected by friends, by companies, by anybody, feeling weak, rejection. There is no idea that is small. You understand? No idea. That idea in your head is a possibility.
The biggest in the
It's
world.
the largest idea right now
Biggest
in the world. The other thing is that it doesn't. You don't have to have a. People say think big.
You don't have to think big.
Yeah, because thinking big, people think like it should include things that people say, oh, really? Oh, you know, people, when they say think big, their idea of thinking big is that you should shock the world when you talk about your idea and say, oh, that's a big idea. No. Even though no one has ever done that idea that you have in your head, it's the more reason why you should start it.
Exactly.
Look at Steve Jobs, the man that invented a computer. That was the smartest idea at the time.
Exactly. And nobody, and many times, I want to talk about, many times is when you have an idea, the potency of that idea, it will begin with who likes your idea.
Exactly.
And if your idea doesn't exist, no one will like it.
Exactly. You see that point? That's another great point. The idea will be, who likes my idea? If I start this, will people like it? Now, let me tell you something. What he's saying is, without starting it, no one's going to like it. If you're just going to talk about it, it'll be as small as you're just talking, because at that moment, that's the level you're talking about it. Your level of your idea, your level of your business is to talk. So because you're a talker, that's how small it is. But if you put it to work, that's how big it is. It becomes big and bigger. Because you see, everything grows. Positively or negatively, everything must grow.
And also, when it's a small idea, according to you, which to me I feel it's a big idea, it's not going to be a big idea until you put it to work. So there's the idea of being under threat. When your idea is threatened, ideas are threatened by fear, failure to begin, lack of confidence, and at the moment, that big dream of yours that you call a small idea is being threatened. Your number one job is to protect your idea. That's number one. Your investment is your idea. You protect it, and you make sure that you're not afraid.
Wow.
There are so many. Recently I was with the minister of Small Media Enterprise. Yes, Small Media Enterprise, Honorable Elias Mwanga. And one of the few thoughts that we were discussing were governments will never support. Governments may fund. Right now, the government is doing a great job. Wow. They are funding small ideas. Now,
I love the European government.
They're funding ideas, they're funding businesses, but we're looking into the word, SMEs, this small enterprise. Now we're looking at that. The one gentleman posed the question that banks do not understand the SMEs because in their minds is you don't qualify this amount of money because you're a small enterprise.
I see.
Now, which is a wrong idea because what we're looking at is 10 million, 20 million, 40 million.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
Exactly.
Now, banks are looking at SMEs can get a 500, a 200,000 question. You can't do anything with that. Now, I want to talk about when an idea is being threatened.
Yeah.
When an idea is being threatened, it will be threatened on the fans.
Exactly.
You're looking at, I need this and I need that. And also you're looking at somebody you can talk to about that idea, and then they can motivate you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, if that person you talk to, they don't motivate you, they don't talk about it, it's like you say, how am I looking? And someone just say, you look okay. That's not good enough for people.
Exactly.
They want to be told, oh my goodness, you look great. That will motivate someone. Now, you find when a person talks about, I have got this idea, what do you think about it? Another person is maybe, I have no comments. Now you're wondering,
Exactly.
this person wasn't excited about my idea.
Exactly.
What's wrong with me? So there, the idea is being threatened.
By the comments that people give.
Exactly. So now I want to talk about, I do not have a crowd. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. I'm the enemy of the people. When you want to be a successful businessman, be the enemy of the people.
You will absolutely be
the enemy of the people. Most rich people don't have friends, don't have neighbors.
They have those who criticize them.
Exactly. They only have families, but no friends and no neighbors. course, if you're gonna do something great, that's gonna take
You
care
must
of the
distinguish
country.
yourself.
Exactly, you distinguish yourself.
You must be different.
And you always have critics, always critics, and you've got to be ready to be insulted. It doesn't matter. Abused.
Rejected.
Exactly. Those are the consequences of that idea that you have.
Of growth.
Of growth. They're coming, the attacks, the persecutions coming against your growth in your business. So the more you are famed, the more you overcome, the very people who clap for you at the end of the day.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And others will say nasty stuff at the same time.
And a lot of people care a lot about what people say. I think that's the biggest threat in business.
When people care about what people say.
You care a lot about your name being tarnished. Of course, the business ought to have a good name.
Yeah.
But you're not going to please everybody.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Never happened.
Some people will say something negative. It doesn't mean everybody will have a negative
Feeling about
exactly
it.
about it. So you don't give up because people are saying this or people are saying that. You don't prepare their minds. They have their own opinions.
Exactly.
So
you don't prepare their minds.
to say whatever they like.
That's amazing, doctor. Amazing. I hope you're watching right now. You're learning something from this. That anything is possible. Exactly. Mentally be stable. Prepare yourself to be criticized, rejected by the society, by people. It's a normal thing. I mean, I love it. When somebody goes on social media and say nasty stuff about me, who cares? The more they say bad things about me, the more famous I become, and the more people get to ask questions. What are people talking about? Who is this man? What about this business is doing?
Exactly.
You see that?
If people don't talk about you, you're not making it.
You're not making any impact.
Exactly.
You understand that? So we must be concerned with making impact.
Exactly.
Now listen about faith. Faith is always focused on the results and not the process.
Exactly.
The process means nothing. The pain that comes with the process is not there to kill me.
Exactly.
See that? It's there to make me, to mold me, to build me, to strengthen me. I learned something. But look, I've got my eyes on the target. That's one thing about
results.
On the results. That's where my eyes are. That's where your eyes should be. I'm so glad, Doctor, you're here, and I'm hoping that next time we'll meet again and talk more to encourage the great viewers watching. What are the last words you can say to these people?
Opening up a business around the world is not easy. Opening up a business around the world isn't easy, but you've got to open up a business. You will find a bunch of rules. I'm talking about opening up a business in Zambia. You will find you got to get this document. You got to get this document. A lot of a big list.
Yeah.
Start. Don't be discouraged when you look at the files you ought to put together.
Exactly.
Start.
Yeah, they are
Just start.
amazing. There are also agencies that can help you if you are in another country, like for example Kenya. There's so many agencies that can actually help you to start your business.
Exactly. So don't give up. There are certain files that you need to have in your business. You need to put together, and maybe you just alone, and maybe some of you have already registered companies, and you're looking for funds.